This is perhaps the most misguided hatred in photography. I don't really understand how it's come about because the people hating on this are actually wrong in themselves. But here's how it goes. Photography is too easy today. It's too easy. Anyone can do it. You've got a phone, you can take great photos. We're pointless, there's no need for this. Now, the ironic thing in this is I'm yet to find a photographer who's good who thinks this way. The problem is this. Starting photography is easy. Getting a phone out is easy. But that's not what makes a good image. Getting a camera with manual settings and working out the exposure triangle, that should take you 20 minutes. That's all it takes to learn that. It's not difficult. What is difficult though, and what does separate us, is probably what you do not actually know. And some of it's lighting. Most people do not understand. If you think of lighting as lighting setups, I'm going to do a 3-point setup. I'm going to do butterfly lighting. You don't understand lighting. If you look at this image here and you go, how am I going to make it more even over here? And you don't know that the answer is to move the light 3.75 meters further back, you don't know lighting. If you look at a big softbox and go, that's good to light a big group, you don't know lighting. That is just one element of it. And this, coincidentally, and this is where I'm going to blush now, we have a workshop that shows you all of that in a very short period of time that's on pre-sale right now. So if you want to save yourself a fortune, click on the link below. But beyond that, it gets even worse. Photography is not exposing an image. That's just the technical element. That's like holding a paintbrush. It's what you do with it. It's what you put in the frame. Whether you use an iPhone or whatever phone brand you like to use, or a Hasselblad, it doesn't matter. Your images are either great or suck because of what you put in the frame. The lighting helps. We are, after all, painting by light. But even then, the kind of hierarchy of a good image, it goes like this. Concept, narrative, composition, execution, exposure. The bit you think is the easy part is the least important. Back when I was starting out, and it was in the sort of film to digital era, people were furious at digital because it was so easy. Anyone could do it and they could see the results straight away. They didn't have to know how to expose an image perfectly because they couldn't check whether they'd got it right. So you just had to know it because it was on film. It's the least important element. When aperture priority came out, people were in fits over it. They're all like, oh, now anyone can make an exposure on film and it'll be probably okay, and it often wasn't, but it's the least important part of photography. The least. Anybody can take a photograph, but not anybody can be a photographer. What matters is your vision, your narrative, what you're trying to say with your work. That's what matters, and there's no shortcut to that. And also, there's actually not really much equipment that's going to help you get there quicker. All the money you can spend on photography, on the cameras and lights and lenses, that's not going to get you any closer to being good compared to the other elements. And of course, once you're at a point where you've got all the top line stuff, you start going, yeah, do you know what? Bit of broncolor lighting, that will help us by 0.1%. That's worth the investment. Yeah, medium format, greater color bit depth, high resolution. That'll save us some time in post from a sort of business point of view. Let's do it. But really and truly, it's not the cameras, the ease of equipment, the easy technology. Do you think AI is going to beat us? I doubt it. And that's not because they can't produce beautiful images. It's because it's what's up here that matters. It's not what's in this. You're like, I know it's easy. You look around here and go, there's so much equipment in here, so much expensive stuff. There is. But it makes up probably 1% of my final image, not 99%. The majority of it's up here. That's where most of it comes from. If I don't have a good idea, if it's a bad idea, I can use all the expensive gear in the world to take a technically perfect image of a shit idea. It's not going to help me much, is it? Photography, the barrier to entry has lowered, and that's a good thing. That means people who don't have the means can now get into the industry. Back in the 8x10, 5x4 days, it was ludicrously expensive. Today, you can get a camera and light and computer good enough to shoot a billboard for under £1,000. Under £1,000. And of course, for some people, that's still too much, but you can start off smaller. For £200, you can be into pro photography. That's insane. And it's brilliant because what happens is it allows more people who wouldn't have been able to get into this before to get into it, and they might have the ideas up here. And because of this new low barrier to entry, the level of work created, it's insane. If you compare the best work in my genre today to 20 years ago, the best work 20 years ago would barely get a look in today. Go 40 years back, not even in the conversation. And it's not because the equipment or the tech has got better, it's because we're improving up here, up top. That's where we're getting better. We're not getting better cameras to take the pictures. 8x10 film is pretty much the pinnacle. There's not much better than that out there. If anything, cameras got worse, more convenient, but worse for a very long time. Lights are lights, you know, a good light's a good light. A broncolor today to a broncolor back then. There's slight eases of use and some cool stuff we can do with apps and things, but really, it's just good light. The only difference is us. And more people getting into it, so it's not just somebody who's got loads of money to throw at the problem who can take a good exposure. It's like, well done, mate. You managed to expose a shot. We've now got all these brilliantly creative people coming in as well, and it is making the world so much better, and it's making photography so much more competitive because it's no longer pay to play. It's now, you know, whoever's best wins.